I'm just finishing up watching the Chris Williamson podcast with Eric Weinstein, and I've, for quite a time now, appreciated everything that, well, a lot of what Eric Weinstein has to say, but what they're saying at the end of this podcast is truly firing me up, and I'll tell you why. So, Eric Weinstein has spoken to this point before about arrogance and humility. He spoke about it on the Lex Friedman podcast. And Lex said something that resonated with me. He said something like, yeah, this morning I woke up and I felt like I was king of the world, on top of the world. But 2 days ago, first thing in the morning, I felt like a bum, I felt like a pauper, I felt like a loser. And he was just speaking to this phenomenon that happens with people, I suppose, but men in particular, where we oscillate between feeling like champions and just undefeatable kings, and conversely feeling like just bums, out and out bums. And this is inspiring for me because, well, here's why. Because Chris Williamson then proposed a hypothesis, and apparently he's writing a paper on this, where there are 3 factors that negatively affect a man's inner motivational structure, and it prevents him from going forth into the world and making something of himself. Which, oh my God, for one thing, me personally, I have felt in myself this battle, this war, and this is why we have to go to war with ourselves, between just becoming the person who slips into some predefined mold and does as he's told, and becoming a person who steps up, goes forth courageously into the unknown, and takes whatever happens to him on the chin, just deals with it, and actually in the process becomes a competent human. And there's actually this tension between those 2 pathways in life. There is this tension between just becoming a soldier to a general and becoming a renegade, becoming somebody who does something new, does something inspirational, and does something that reinvigorates culture, society. This is real. And so in Chris's hypothesis, there's 3 factors. Porn as like a concentrated form of the impulse towards seeking a reproductive mate, and this is what prevents men from going out into the world and seeking an actual reproductive mate, because porn is such a concentrated version of that. And so if you avail yourself of porn, then boom, there's one impulse suppressed, or rather redirected towards something virtual and fake. Secondly, video games. So men, we have within us an impulse, a desire towards becoming part of some sort of a brotherhood, a comraderie, a group of like-minded men who converse with one another, who raise each other up, who challenge each other, and who make each other better. Iron sharpens iron, sort of a thing. Video games fulfill that, or satisfy that impulse. And so boom, another impulse suppressed. No, redirected towards something virtual and fake. Thirdly, finally, social media. This is one that's close to my heart. Obviously, because here I am on YouTube creating these videos, and the genuine, authentic impulse in me, it says, you're not creating these videos for views, you're creating these videos so that they reach the ears of the people that they need to reach. And I that's the authentic, real reason why I make these videos. That is actually the reason that propels me and drives me forward, makes me continue doing this. Because if this is a ruthless game, because if it was to get views, I would be out of the game. I would have been out of the game ages ago, because I'm not getting views. This isn't working. If I was to wear that helmet, if I was to opt to wear that lens, I'm doing this for views. I see that there's no views. Fuck that lens. I'm just throwing off this whole helmet. I'm leaving this game. That's not why I'm in this. I'm in this genuinely for something else, like something, because I was inspired by other channels of like-minded men who were speaking to these things. So I felt the need to pick up the camera and do it myself. But social media is the third factor, and it's like men pushing for likes and comments and whatnot, and these markers of validation that are virtual, fake, but they, again, satisfy an impulse that would otherwise have forced us to courageously go forth into the unknown and try to make something of ourselves. Those are the three reasons Williamson gives for why men are becoming so impotent and weak. Okay, so coming back to the Eric Weinstein point. It's invigorating. I don't know how to explain this. But we need to figure out a way to balance our arrogance with our humility. Look, we all know that the people in power, in positions of power, in elite positions, they're real elite positions. These people, nobody has respect for most of these people, because for some reason our society morphed into such a thing that the selective pressures that were placed upon humans to reach the elite positions were such that the best liars, the most corrupt, and the most disgusting of human beings rose to those elite positions. Of course there will be exceptions, but for the most part, that's what happened. None of us trust or listen to those people. So why don't we, as men of the future, people of the future, showcase the superiority we know is within? I know it's within me. I know it's within you. How do I know that? Because you're a human and you have within you a creative impulse towards original creation. If we instead seek to showcase our superiority through creative pursuits, then this way we can subvert these weak, weasel human beings in these elite positions and take for ourselves what we know is ours and not theirs, these old decrepit fools. So that's the arrogance, and then there's the humility. You know, I'm young and I understand I have within me this immense power that just comes with youth, youthful vigor. But I'm listening to the likes of Eric Weinstein. He's older, but he's a wise man. So I have the humility to be open to such messages. And at the same time, like, it's not humility in the sense that be a good boy and be humble. No, this humility is actually benefiting me. It's increasing my power. Why wouldn't I be humble? Amazing. Just to round this video off, if you are the type of person who has within you the capacity to forge a new path, who knows that you have within you the capacity to forge a new path, then take the risk. Do it. Because otherwise you will be beaten into submission. Was that Rocky? I think that was Rocky. I think that was Sylvester Stallone. No, okay, wait, Charles Bukowski, you dank submission. What is it? I wish I could remember it now. But that is
your life
the sentiment
is your life.
that I'm speaking to. Don't
let
the
it be
world
clubbed into
beat
dank
you
submission.
into dank submission. But step up and it's amazing. We are young humans. I feel like the world is my oyster. I feel like I cannot be defeated. And this is an amazing feeling. So, anyway, to summarize, despite there being an asymmetrical power imbalance between we young humans and those who are in positions of power who happen to be heavily determining the possible courses we might take in our life, do the wild